Well, hello again. It's Jen. I am back and I am super, super, super glad you're here. This is every kind of I do. And, it's basically about my weirdo love couples and stories and the couples who really just want to do things their own way, but also the moments that I get to photograph. So this is heavily photograph related content and material here. But it's for anyone planning something meaningful, whether it's your wedding or event, or also if you're a wedding pro in this wild and crazy industry. This is your space to sit here and do things and think about things differently. So I just wanted to start this. This is the next episode, and we are going to get right into Married at a Cemetery. Okay, so this is a huge one for me. I loved everything about this. This wedding could be at least 10 different episodes based upon just the amazing inspiration. But I'm going to break it down for y'all at this time, just some of the simple things that I really enjoyed that I want to talk about at this cemetery wedding. So let's get into it. Okay, first of all, I want to let you know that they picked a spot on site at this whole big cemetery area, right? So they wanted to get married in front of the fountain. So there is a specific way that you do have to kind of think about where, whatever venue you do choose, like where are you going to set up your ceremony? And we've talked about in previous episodes, is it indoor? Is it outdoor? Do you have covering? Do you not have covering? Are you in the sunlight? Are you in the shade? Well, we had a little bit of both in this one. Let me tell you, it was a perfectly sunny October day. And also, there is a mixture of lighting that's happening at this venue too. So you have the extreme sunshine and you have the beautiful covered pavilion. So, but what I love about what they chose here, this is very specific to who they are. This is very specific to how they want to celebrate. And I love that it felt authentic to exactly who they were. And I got as many details as I could ahead of time because I was just so curious to know how they were going to decorate, how they were going to celebrate, what they were going to wear. I just could not wait to get over there and see everything. So as you can see, this was set up for a rather large kind of a wedding. And they got a lot of chairs in here. They have a beautiful black runner, but then also they have this archway that's just mixture of like plants and florals with also a couple of giant crow statues on either side of the of this, the setup here. They have a table that is kind of set up for the ceremony area with I remember when I got up close to it, it was a really, really cool drape over it. But also, you can't see it in this particular photo, but there is a broomstick sitting on top of the table for them jumping the broom later. So, but I wanted to show you this layout though, because I do think it really works for this wedding day and it doesn't feel like you're in the midst of gravestones, but you are at a cemetery. So it's definitely worth noting that look at the parameters of what you can do at a venue versus what you want. Like there's so many different ways you could go with this. So I like the fact that they threw in things that were very much them, but also they made enough space for all of us to be able to hear and enjoy the ceremony. So for this particular wedding, I'm only going to highlight a couple of things, but I did want to highlight that this was done in a cemetery area and memorial center. So these two, oh my goodness. If you are listening to the podcast, you have to look at the photos. You have to go to YouTube and look at the photos. So sit here with me for a second while I describe in the only way I know I can, because I was the photographer, so I don't have all the information, but I'm going to describe what I see. So these two had very clear aesthetics going on. The jackets were kind of like they're very complementary to each other. They're tailcoat jackets too, so it's very important to realize that there is a front and a back to these jackets. And matter of fact, later on we did a photo series just on the back sides of their jackets, as well as photos of their shoes and boots and Doc Martens kind of a thing going on. So from head to toe, each of them has some kind of a headpiece in the hair. They also both wear glasses. How cool is that? Like they almost look like they meant to do that. Literally, I love it. And so one outfit has a very stark, like frilly feel to it in the front, and then the other jacket has a frilly feel in the back with this dark lace that's kind of behind it. Um, the only thing that I can describe is this is everything from separate entrances coming in, and they both had music, they both had their own look, they both had the certain ways they wanted to come into the ceremony. I think that was lovely. Um, and it was just very heartfelt. I loved everything about it. And so this is them actually walking away after they're married because I wanted to show you what it was like in motion with these outfits and how it really tailored to the season as well. Like, not only is it a gothic tea party wedding, but being that it could be in October, it could be super hot or it could be chilly. These outfits kind of lent to both seasonal aspects of the wedding day. That's what I love about this. And so today I've got on my black shirt, I've got my, my skeleton shirt. And I actually, this is a fun fact for this particular wedding. I was asked to come as the Grim Reaper, and I could not have been happier to do that. And it was kind of funny because I've been coming and cosplaying as the Crow from the 1994 movie for a couple of seasons. So I already knew kind of a vague makeup that I wanted to do. So I came to their wedding dressed as the Grim Reaper. And I was so happy to do so because it just made them happy. And if you can see by their smiles, not just because they're married, it's just because they're having a good time because everything and everybody who is there, it just all came together so nicely. And so the next thing I'm going to highlight for this cemetery wedding is this cake. Oh my gosh. So you can see it is an all black cake with it sitting on a cake stand. And we have a lot of crows happening here. We have, giant black birds in the image. We've got some other, fun food things off to the other side. But really, this cake was something else. And it was so, 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 so yummy. I did a couple of detail images on this cake because in this photo, you can't even tell, like the draping of the frosting is so neat. So much frosting on here that I'm going to go to the next photo and let me show you a little bit more zoomed in. A little bit more zoomed in. Check this out. There are spiders and spider webs on here. It is absolutely lovely. And the great thing about this cake, and I just have to say, for everybody and all the couples trying to figure out what to do for your cake, don't just think about the outside, but think about the inside. And let me tell you why, because this next photo will tell you everything about what they wanted for their wedding cake surprise. Ta-da! It's a rainbow. So everything to do with pride and everything to do with their expression as a couple boiled down to this beautiful black cake with spider webs and drapes and crows to this inward beautiful and very tasty, might I add, rainbow cake. So when you're thinking about your wedding cake, don't just think, oh, I'm getting married at this place and it doesn't really matter what my cake looks like. You know what? Have some fun with your cake too, because not only is it going to be super yummy for those of us who love having cake, but they do have gluten-free and some vegan options out there for you if you need to find those. So anyway, this has been such a lovely episode about a little bit of my cemetery wedding. I have so much more to share with you, but I want to thank you today for listening. And this is your reminder to there is no right way for any I do. You should just come and join me on the every kind of I do because I'm going to talk about a lot of different wedding things and you're going to enjoy this lovely journey with me. So this is Jen. I'll talk to you soon.